Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, I'm Kimberly Brock, and for the last 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. And so now I'm on a mission to help other women just like you do the exact same thing. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 54, and I'm so glad you've made it for this all-important episode. It's a fun one. I'm sharing with you the 3 surefire ways to not get clients. Did you hear me? To not get clients, because many of you are asking me all the time, Kimberly, how do I get clients? How do I find customers? Well, today I'm going to share with you what not to do or what could be actually hurting you and preventing you from finding more clients. So I'm so glad you're here. If you are new and this is the first time you're listening, I am so happy that you found this podcast because I know it can be valuable to you as you start a business doing what you love. So make sure right now you hit subscribe. If you scroll down, you should be able to in Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever player you're listening to, hit subscribe so you'll get notified as I drop new episodes each week. You don't want to miss out. And if you are a loyal listener, thank you so much for being here. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your reviews and ratings. This podcast has been sitting in the top 100 of careers in the business category of Apple Podcasts. Now, again, it could fall out anytime. It's like the stock market. It has consistently been in the top 100, and I'm just so grateful to you. If you have never rated this podcast, if you would take 2 seconds right now to hit 5 stars, I would be so grateful. And if you even have 30 seconds or a minute to write a quick review, it would mean so much to me, and it helps Apple and the other players show this to people like us, who are trying to build businesses doing what we love. So thank you so much for doing that. And I have to share with you the most exciting news is that the Academy is now open in pre-launch mode. Yes, the doors are open. You can join me now, today, and get in. And actually, the day that this podcast episode launches, which is October 29th, 2020, this is the last day of the pre-launch lowest rate. I will be raising the price on October 30th, and then it will be raised again soon after that. So whatever day you're listening to this, it will be the lowest price that it will be offered. So you need to scroll down. If you need to pause this podcast episode and read about it and learn more about the Academy, it may be just what you need to get your business started effectively and get to consistent income. So if you're wondering really quick what the heck the Academy is, it's my new all-in-one program to help you get your business started and start making money doing what you love. It's access to all my trainings and workshops at your fingertips 24 hours a day. It's access to a community portal where you're with other people starting their businesses, where you can ask questions, get feedback similar to a Facebook group, but we're up leveling that. And I am in there answering your questions, any questions you have about your business, right? You have access to live calls with me where you can ask your burning questions. So check it out. because you can't afford to miss expert help as you start this business. You don't need to be flailing around searching Google for every question that you have. You don't need to be posting in any random Facebook group, getting random answers from random people. You need direction. You need focus, and you need to know the fundamentals of building a business so that you can become the business owner you need to be to make this work. That's why I created this academy. It's for people like you. So make sure you check it out today. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello. I'm so glad that you are here today. I get to answer this huge question of how do I get more clients? How do I get more customers? Y'all would not believe how many times I get asked this question, right? From people that I coach one-on-one. I've seen it in my Facebook group. I've seen it in other Facebook groups. I have seen it in anonymous surveys that I've taken of clients and even people in my Facebook group. Everyone is asking this question. How do I get clients? How do I get more clients? How do I get customers? How do I get more customers? And I thought today it would be fun just to share with you what not to do. These are the 3 surefire ways to not get those clients that you want so badly. And I want us all to take a deep breath today because I think a lot of you are getting caught up in finding clients. It's like the Where's Waldo books. You're like looking in the world of customers and people, and you're trying to find that perfect one. And I think you're missing the big picture sometimes of what you really need to be doing, and you think that it's super complicated. Now, if you are a part of my academy, we will be delving into this more and going into a plan on how you can find the right clients, get clients, what all you need to be doing. But for today's purposes, for this podcast episode, I just wanted to share these 3 things because I think they're the most 3 common reasons why you're not getting more clients and making more money. So here is the first one. The first surefire way to not get clients and customers is to not be known. Did you hear me? To not be known. And what does that mean? That means that no one knows that you have this business and what you offer because you are sitting back building this. You're throwing up an Etsy store. You're getting your website up real quick. You say you're going to be offering some kind of classes or lessons or Zoom, but no one really knows that you offer it. And I want you to stop for a minute. If you're back here upset, devastated, crying, feeling down on yourself, feeling less than, scrolling Instagram, seeing all the $1 million business owners out there and thinking, how do I get clients? The first question you need to ask yourself is, how have I made myself visible? How have I made myself visible? What have you done? Get out a piece of paper right now and write out all the ways that you have made your business and your offerings visible to the world, okay? Most likely, you don't have a physical storefront on the corner of the busiest circle in America, right? Like you're not in Times Square with a store. Not that anyone would be there right now because of COVID anyways, but my point is, think about this for a minute. You could put a store in Times Square and it would probably get a lot of business. But even if you're still not marketing it, there's still a chance that it's not at its full potential, right? So you don't have this luxury of being in Times Square where you get traffic all day long and people coming by. You actually have to make an effort in making your business known to the world. So what have you done? Do all your friends and family know that you have this business? Are you active in community groups in your area, whether it be on Zoom right now because of COVID, or are you going to meetings where there's other entrepreneurs or people in your community? Like, what have you done locally to share about your business, not because you're trying to sell those people, but because you're trying to help your business be known. What have you done? What have you done on social media to share about your business and your paid offerings? What have you done? Have you just been posting really cute quotes and little Instagram posts with you in them? Or are you sharing strategically about your business and your paid offerings? How do they know, right? And the people that you do have, like if you have people on your email list, how are you sharing in your email about your paid offerings? Y'all, it's really not that complicated. Do people know what you offer? So get out a pencil and paper. I want you to write down all the ways that you have made your business known. How would anyone know about your business right now? Write it out and then put another column for what you could be doing. And again, if you're going to be a part of my academy, we are going to delve into this a lot deeper. But for right now in this episode, if this is what you're doing, you need to map out really quick, what are the ways that you can get this business known? Okay. And I'm not even talking about any paid advertising. I'm talking about organically, which means to me, unpaid. What are all the natural ways that your business can be known? And I really want you to think that through. So if you are not known, that is a surefire way to not get clients and make money. Okay. The second thing. The second surefire way to not get clients and customers is to show up with an aggressive, needy, graspy, negative energy. Let me say that again. I'm going to shorten it this time. To show up with an aggressive and graspy energy. Do you know that people sense your energy? When you're talking about your product or your service, they sense your energy. Do you come across with a confident energy or do you come across with a needy energy? So I was kind of thinking about this the other day. Like, I love Costco, absolutely love Costco. And they give out samples. And right now during COVID, I'm so sad. There's no samples at Costco. This is like heartbreaking for me. Like, I love the samples at Costco. But I want you to just think about something from a business perspective real quick with their samples. Number one, the samples work because I will try something and either I'll buy it that day or I keep it in the back of my mind like, oh yeah, I did try that and I'll buy it later. 100%, it works so well. That's obviously why they keep doing it. Costco knows what they're doing, right? But I want you to think about when they give out their samples. Are they hunting you down, sticking the food in your face as you're walking by, going, here, 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 and like slapping their hands and saying, try this cheese dip or whatever it is, right? Are they doing that? They're not. They're just sitting there at their little thing and they may have something cooking or brewing or they're cutting up something or they're heating something up and you smell it when you walk by and you're like, oh, wait, what is that? And then you kind of see other people, around and you're like, oh, and they're like, oh, this is something cheese dip. If you would like a sample, here it is, or would you like one? And I'm always like, sure. And some days I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, have a great day. They're super sweet. No aggression, no neediness, right? They have it there. They're just convenient for you because you're turning the aisle and it's right there, right? No big deal. Today, just a few hours ago, my daughter and I, my little one that's in 6th grade, we were at the mall and we're walking and there's like these booths, like these little kiosks inside the mall. And I'm seriously getting so sick of the mall. And I was going to write a note to the manager of the mall, whoever the management company, or I don't even know who runs the mall. But I have been telling myself I would contact them because every time I go, I feel like I'm being harassed by the high-end face cream people. I don't even know what they have at their booth because I don't look at the booth. But I know it's some kind of facial cream or something and it's in little packets. And every time I walk by, the lady or the man that works there literally sticks it out in my way of when I'm walking. Oh, hello, beautiful. You need to try this cream. And they're like sticking it in my face. And I'm always like, no, thank you. Thank you. I'm very polite. But they still give another sentence after I say no. And they're like behind me, still saying it. I've never looked at the booth. I don't know what they offer. My daughter, Ava, was like, that makes me really uncomfortable when they do that. And I said, I know, Ava. Isn't it annoying? Isn't it annoying? And then we sat down and we got a snack at the food court. And she happened to ask me, Mom, are you doing your podcast tonight? What are you talking about? And I explained what I'm doing. And she's like, Mom, you have to share about the lotion people. And I said, I am. I'm so glad you said that, Ava, because it's so aggressive and needy and in my face that I will never buy anything from them. I will never buy anything. I don't even know what they sell. I won't give it a look. And here I've got another story for you too. I was going to do a whole episode on this, but I decided I have to share it now. So I was at a women's group meeting in my city. I guess I'm a city. We're the Woodlands, Texas, outside of Houston. Okay. So I go to this women's group. It's all women business owners in the area. And I'd never been to the meeting. So I was so excited. And I kind of thought in the back of my head, I wonder if people are like networking, but I didn't want to go because there was a good guest speaker that day that was teaching us about a subject matter that I was excited to learn about. So I was going. It was a lunch and learn. So you go and eat lunch. I was like, oh, well, I don't know one person going, but I'm going to go. And I realized before I left, I was like, should I bring my business cards? And I didn't, because I was like, I'm not there to do that. I'm actually there to learn and maybe meet other women in this area that are business owners. So I go, I sit down, I get my lunch, I sit down, I sit across from this really sweet girl. And we just start kind of talking, and she's across the table and she's like, oh, what do you do? And I told her, no, first I asked her what she did. She said she owned a psychiatry office here. She just moved here and she was just planting her new office. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I didn't expect to meet a psychiatrist at this meeting. I'm thinking like stores and bakeries and boutiques. Anyway, so that was kind of cool. I was talking to her about that. It was really interesting. And then she asked what I did. And I told her I was a business coach, or I help people get their business started. She was like, oh, and then I said, I have a podcast too. And she was like, oh my gosh. And she said, oh, you don't have a card, do you? I said, nah. And she said, oh, let me write it down. So she was writing, she's just getting started a podcast on her paper. She put it in her purse. So this other girl comes down and sits next to me to my right. So I'm sitting, sits next to me to my right. She goes, hey. And I was like, hello. And she was like, so what kind of business do you have? And I was like, I'm a business coach. And she was like, oh, and then I kind of had said like, I help women. I don't even know. I think I just said a business coach for women starting businesses. Maybe that's what I said. And she literally, it was like slow motion from a movie, reached in her pocket, grabbed a business card. Her arm was so long, it stretched up and over, and she slapped her business card in front of me next to my lunch on the table and said, every business owner needs insurance. And I'm like looking and going, what just happened? And she said, do you have a card? And I said, actually, no, I didn't bring my card today. She goes, oh my gosh, you help women start businesses and you don't even have a business card? I was stunned. And I'm not a confrontational person at all, but I was so stunned. And I was about to say something, and I did. I think I did say, this is my first time here. And I was kind of mumbling over my words. I was like, this is my first time here. And I didn't even really know what this was about. So soon thereafter, another girl approaches a table now across from us. So across from the girl to my right that just sat down, sits down. The girl to my right proceeds to immediately ask her, what business do you have? And the girl was like, oh, I'm a life coach or something. She was some kind of something like that. I can't even remember because this was months and months ago before COVID. And the girl to my right goes, oh my gosh, they need insurance too, and pulls out her card and slaps it. And she said, do you have a business card? And the sweet girl that had just sat down said, no, actually, I don't ever bring my business cards to these meetings because I'm not here to hand them out. I'm actually here to learn and meet the other women entrepreneurs. And I was like, amen, sister. I'm like clapping under the table to myself because this girl that sold insurance, y'all, was so annoying. And I am not saying that people who sell insurance in general are annoying by any means. She could have owned any business. I'm only saying that her aggressive, needy agenda that she had going was so off-putting that there is no way I would ask her one question about what insurance she covers, I don't even know. I'm not even going to ask her. I would never do business with her, nor would I recommend her to my clients. So I want you to think about this. That is a surefire way to turn me off and turn potential clients off. Just think, let's rewind the tape. Rewind. She sits down. She has a normal conversation with me. We talk about, and then think if we were just sitting there eating and she had said, I sell insurance or something. And then I might have been, what kind of insurance do you sell? And if she said, I sell, insurance for business owners, I might have then said, do you mean for like physical store locations or for some type of liability insurance or what type of, we would have had a natural organic conversation. And then I might have just had that in the back of my head that I actually knew somebody that had an insurance so that when I met someone else or had a client that needed insurance, I could say, at the local women's group, I love to support the women in my area. I actually met somebody. Let me see if I can find her card. I want you to think about the difference in that. People that are very successful do not need to be needy and aggressive. Now, again, there's probably some that are still, but in general, I want you to think about you. Let's just envision yourself already a successful business owner, that you're making $100K a year and all is good. And you show up at a networking meeting. Are you going to feel the need to slap your business card in everyone's faces? You're not. You're going to confidently walk in and they're going to say, what do you do? And you're going to say, I own a cupcake shop, or I have cupcake delivery in the area, or I make t-shirts that have, I make inspirational clothing or something, right? I design personalized gifts. Whatever you do, then the conversation naturally goes and people are then attracted to your confident and non-aggressive energy. But a surefire way to turn somebody off is to act needy and aggressive and have an agenda. It is so annoying. That's why people in the past have been scared of used car salesmen, because they felt like they were being sold to. It was needy and it was just in your face. And I think that's why CarMax and places like that have said, come in, shop online, look around. It's not aggressive. It's not needy in your face. So think about it when you're meeting people. You should always make them aware. Like I said in the first thing you need to be doing is making people aware of what you do by simply saying, hi, I'm Kimberly. I'm a business coach, right? And then it can naturally grow, but I have a confident, non-aggressive energy. Think about how you present yourself to people. Also, if you have low self-confidence, that is going to show. And if the other person can see that you have low self-confidence when you say you are a boutique owner, they're going to think, man, she's not real proud of her business, right? There's a difference between saying, hi, I'm Kimberly. Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm a business coach. Oh, okay. Or if I say, I coach women. I'm a business. I mean, it's just not even confident. So think about your energy, because people take so much from that. And in a split second, they make a decision. Think about Costco, how nice they are when they give samples. You can come up to them or not. Think about the lotion people at the kiosk in the mall that are so annoying. I would never even entertain sitting down at their booth because it's so annoying. Now, I know people do because I've seen people there, but I'm telling you, most people don't like it, how they attract you in. And think about your energy and your confidence level, right? Is it needy? Is it aggressive? Okay, so here is the third thing. The first thing is you've got to share with people what you do. You have to be known. Number 2, you have to watch your energy. Number 3, A surefire way to not get clients is to not inspire them into action. So let's just pause on this for a minute. To not be inspiring, right? You're not inspiring them into action. And you're probably saying, well, how in the world do I inspire them into action? Here are some ways that you inspire people into action. Number one, you are a product of your product. And I talked about this a few episodes ago. If you are not a product of your product, what are you doing? You have to love the product that you're selling and know and have experienced the benefits that you're claiming. You have to be a product of your product. That sells more than so many things. If people say, that's why diet pills sell so much, because people say, I lost 50 pounds. This is the magic pill. People are like, oh my gosh, if it worked for you, it'll work for me. They just decide because one person said that it works. But I'm telling you, it actually does work when you're doing it authentically. And the caveat in all of this is that you believe in your product. You know your product is good. You're not selling some cruddy product that doesn't work. You are actually selling something that works. So we're assuming that, right? But if you're a product of your product and you're talking about how it's helped you, changed you, benefited you, saved you time, whatever it's done for you, when you talk about it, you most likely light up. And people see that. So, number one, being a product of your product. Here's another idea. Number two, you inspire by believing in your product. You wholeheartedly are like, this thing is amazing. And you may be saying, how do I do that if I sell t-shirts? Or how do I do that if I just sell something, like a little product? Well, let me tell you, for 20 years, I sold gifts, monogram gifts. And one of our best sellers, for example, were these engraved beautiful cutting boards, and they had a monogram on the top. They were my best-selling item for probably 15 years. No lie. They were gorgeous. I loved them. I gave them to people as gifts. I had them myself. You could get the monogram on the front, and then on the back, you could get it laser engraved with an inscription. So people would buy it for wedding gifts, anniversary gifts, Mother's Day gifts, all these things. And I would always say that this cutting board is amazing. It is so thick compared to other ones that I've had that are wood. And the curved edges are so soft and nice. You don't get like those splinters. And I'm telling you, they are such a keepsake. They're beautiful. People can keep them out in their kitchen. And I could go on and on about a cutting board because I believed in it. Number one, I was a product of it because I had them and I gave it as gifts. Number two, I wholeheartedly believed in it. I had seen the other cutting boards out there and knew that I was selling one of the best cutting boards, if not the best, out there that was engraved. It was a deep cut engraving. It wasn't just like a chintzy, very shallow engraving. It was a beautiful piece. People would give them to men for their barbecue pits. I mean, I absolutely adored them. Right? I still do. I believed in my product. But can you hear as I'm talking about it, it's almost selling you on it because I believe so much in it. But I'm not even thinking that I'm selling. I'm just telling you how much I believe in it. The third thing you can do to be inspiring is to passionately share about it. So actually have the nerve to say, this is awesome. I absolutely love this. I just had a client buy this the other day. She ordered it as a wedding gift for her friends. And these are awesome. You can set them out in your kitchen. These are just beautiful keepsakes. You can passionately talk about it. When you speak from the heart, people see it. They sense it. And you've inspired them now, right? If you had a furniture store, you wouldn't just send out a catalog to your local community with just like couch on the first page, lamp on the second page, armchair on the third page. No, you inspire them because that catalog has a beautiful setup of a living room with a rug and a window, and it makes people feel like that could be their living room, right? How are you inspiring? So ask yourself today too, on that same piece of paper, when you were writing out how you can be known, maybe write out too how you can intentionally give good energy and what not to do, but also write out how you can talk about and share about your product that is inspiring, that actually would make someone want to buy it. Because again, the surefire way to not get clients and to not make money is to be aggressive, be overbearing, and try to tell them what to do. This is not about you telling them what to do. This is about you passionately sharing about your products in this confident energy, in this authentic energy and confident way that attracts people to you and doesn't push away. So like at Costco, people aren't running away from the samples. It's quite the opposite. They are crowding around. Oftentimes I have to wait. The person giving the samples is not aggressive, but the lotion lady that's trying to get me to try her lotion, people are running away. Like literally it's bothering me so bad that I want to tell the management of the mall because I can't even enjoy walking around the mall. What if they decided to sit there and maybe have someone there showing the cream, have before and after photos as you walked by, talked about the results? I mean, I'm trying to think how else they could be inspiring, but what they're doing now is not inspiring. It's pushing people away, right? So today, don't do those things that push people away and then be upset that you don't have clients and that you are scrounging around like a Where's Waldo book trying to find Waldo, your customer, right? You want customers and clients to be attracted to you. It's not about you getting clients and going by and snatching them up. I'm getting a client. Here's a client. Here's a client. And snatching them up and putting them in your purse. It's not it. It's about you being you being passionate, you being on this mission, you being confident, you giving off good energy, and people are attracted to you. And when they are attracted to you, they often buy. And they become your clients and customers. I hope this makes sense to you today because I just would never want any of you that work with me or that are in the academy to think that you have to stoop so low to slap your business card, to be shoving samples in people's faces, to be saying, buy from me. I'm going to discount it 75% so you buy from me right now. Like none of that. You need to have that confident energy and a positive energy, and you need to show that when you show up because you have to be known. You will not make money unless you're known. Okay, that's it. You all are awesome, awesome. Are you in my Facebook group, by the way? If you're not, get in there right now. Scroll down. I have so many amazing ladies in there who are building businesses they love. I don't want you to miss out on this great community of this Facebook group. I'm in there all the time too, popping in, answering questions, and I just love the group. But again, if you have not looked into the academy, scroll down right now before it's too late because the price is going to keep going up. And I would love to have you in there with me so I can help you build this business that you love. Okay, have a great day. Bye now. Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.